Alright, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a spoiler video. So, if you have not seen the movie, why are you here? Seriously, why the fuck are you here? Go watch the movie, and then come on back, and then play this video. Go watch it. Now. Um, Now, they've put out some some confirmations on the movie, like where they tried to say that Zendaya's not playing Mary Jane, she's not playing Mary Jane, and they threw a good one to throw us off. They threw us off really good here, saying that her character Michelle is actually the daughter of the Vulture. And I was basically prepared for that, as I'm watching this movie, because this article about her being the Vulture's daughter just came at me, like on social media, okay, where I just had to know if she was going to be Mary Jane or not, even though she has none of the characteristics like the way she's portrayed in the movie of Mary Jane. But as the movie goes on, as we're waiting for that to happen, Peter's on his way to pick up Liz from the homecoming dance, or to go to the homecoming dance, and then the Vulture is her father. Like, oh, like I was expecting Quicksilver to come out and say, "You didn't see that coming." I did not see that coming. I mean, that's a pretty good move on Sony and Marvel's part. So when that happened, I'm just like, okay, wow, that's a good twist. That's a really good twist, and that does put put like Liz in the safe zone, like where he's not gonna try and kidnap her and say, "Oh, you have feelings for her, or Spider-Man could go ahead and save her," blah blah blah. So, I mean, you really feel that that he really is. He really cares about her and their and her mother. Even though he's not doing it the right way, and yeah. And as far as speaking of Michelle, and and then later on in the movie, where she says, "All my friends call me MJ," like, so you're basically this movie's Mary Jane now? Is that what they're going with? So this whole thing was just a way to surprise us and throw us off, the way she's been acting and the way she's stalking Peter, even in detention class where she's not in detention, or she was not sent to detention, but she's just there, just to stalk Peter, just because she has a crush on him. Good way to throw us off, against stuff, but she is not who Mary Jane, like how Mary Jane is portrayed in her history in the comics and in the movies and on the animated shows. Like, this is like a brand fresh new take on the character, much like Aunt May, a brand fresh new take on her. So I guess they're doing that with MJ as well, like where I guess her name is Michelle instead of Mary. There's gonna be Michelle with something else, start with a J or whatever. I don't know. And I will say that 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 the spider suit does have some cool gadgets, but there's one in particular that I don't really care for, like where it's a little spider or a robotic spider that that's on his symbol, and then it just comes off and goes to fly off to really show like what's going on away from him. I mean, what else would you expect from something that was made by Tony Stark? But still, I just don't care for it. That's just me personally. I just do not care for that personal gadget. I just felt like, he's still learning how to be Spider-Man and stuff, and learning how to be experienced with his web shooting and so on and stuff like that. So, like, we have a long way to go. And another part, I kind of saw this coming. It was kind of building up to that. And no, before I get to that, like where Vulture puts two and two together of how Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He starts to suspect it because he heard his voice. Like, I feel like I know you. I mean, your voice sounds familiar, and then Liz is talking about like how Peter kept disappearing and so on and so forth, and he puts two and two together. Like, ah, oh, this kid is Spider-Man. And then, and it's pretty wild, like of how that happens. I mean, like in the trailer where he says, "Don't mess with me, and I'll hurt everybody you love." I mean, you get that. I guess you get that hint that he's talking to him as Peter Parker. I mean, that's how I felt, but the way it was put together, it was still like, oh. And also, another spoiler that I wanted to discuss is Aunt May finding out that Peter is Spider-Man. Kind of. Sort of. That's how it ends, where he puts the suit on, he's in his bedroom, he takes his mask off, and Aunt May's standing in his doorway, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then it cuts away before we hear the F-bomb. But that's something that hasn't been done before. Aunt May finding out that he's Spider-Man. Some fans may not like that very much. I'm like, I don't know what to think. I know some fans are not going to be happy with that, but I don't know. It's something different, I guess. I don't know how that's gonna help carry on the movie. I don't even know if Peter's gonna find a way to get out of that one. You know what I mean? Like, how is he gonna get out of that? But I guess time will tell. I still enjoyed the movie, but those are the spoilers that I wanted to discuss. And also, like, where they confirmed that little boy in Iron Man 2 who stood up to one of the drones and he had the Iron Man mask on, that was Peter Parker. But this movie never touched base on that, unless it came on screen so quickly that I didn't see it. But as far as I know, they did not touch base on that in this movie. Maybe they'll touch base on that in Avengers Infinity War or whatever, but in this movie, no. I mean, they just basically tell us in advance, like, like in the, like when everyone's being interviewed and stuff, where Tom Holland said, that was Peter Parker in Iron Man 2, that little boy. Maybe in another movie they'll touch base on that, but here, as far as I know, they don't touch base on that. Like, why would they say that if they're not going to really discuss it or address it in this movie? But I don't know. Maybe it's a deleted scene. I don't know. But if it was, then it should have left it in the movie. But, and I will say that when it gets near the end of the movie, where Peter does sort of grow out of his childish desires, to basically be an Avenger, like where he confronts the Vulture and then he's underneath all that debris and all the and he's like screaming and he's in agony, he's in pain, he's scared, he's just and he's just like trapped there, and I did not feel, it was not that heartbreaking. I never felt that heartbroken towards this character, like where even when his Uncle Ben was killed in the other versions of the movie, other versions of Spider-Man, like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, this is just as heartbreaking to watch, just him buried underneath all that debris and he's trying to find the willpower and the strength to get out of it. And we know he's going to get out of it. But from him just screaming in agony alone, it just feels like it couldn't happen. It's like, no, we don't want to have Iron Man come in and save him again. I mean, like, this is where he has to do it on his own. And he finds the strength to do it. And he hears Tony's words where he's saying, if you are nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Then he just finds the will and he tells himself, come on, Spider-Man, come on. And then it's a very powerful moment where he lifts up the debris and he gets himself out of it. Like, and it's heartbreaking just reliving that moment, just right before he gets himself out of it. And I almost cried, watching that. I mean, that's how connected I was with Spider-Man. And and it's cool how they're giving him. I mean, I think it's cool how they're giving him baby steps to, you know, experiencing great responsibility with his great power. So yeah, that's all I wanted to touch base on in this spoiler video. So yeah, feel free to talk about more spoilers that happen in the movie. You know, I mean, and I'll, you know, share your thoughts on it. You know, like spoilers that I didn't mention. And if you guys enjoyed my review on this spoiler video, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.